Nobody can ever see this, except for people with little batteries next to their name. And honestly, hi. How's it going, guys? Ah, yes. Kerbal Space Program. Let me do that. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Oh well, that'll be fine. There is that. There is this. I need to run this thingy. And I think we're good to go. We're going to let the stream get spooled up here just like we always do. And in just a couple minutes, we're going to get started on a bit of an early stream. A little bit of an early stream with Spaceplanes. By popular request, of course. I think, while we're waiting for the stream to spool up. Did I close that? Yep. Okay, I've got all that stuff. Good, good, good. Let me get this. While we're waiting for the stream to spool up, let's actually make it less silent in here. And there we go. That's good. Make sure the volume levels are okay. That looks okay, because I've got that turned down, but that turned up. That's good, that's good, that's good! Please tell me I'm streaming on. Okay, good, I'm on Dust Valdez. I'm always scared I'm going to boot up a stream, and it's going to be like, on the KSP TV stream, instead of on my own stream. Anyways, it's a really early stream, Decky. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. I'm just going to let the stream spool up for just a little bit here. Man, definitely already need some Dr. Pepper. I spent all day finishing rockets for kids and then launching rockets with kids. If you ever have to launch about 22, 23 rockets for kindergarten and first graders, keep in mind that it takes about 2.5, almost 3 hours to do. Because kindergarten and first graders, while they're very interested in rockets sometimes, might not have the exact tactile skills, the motor skills to put some parts of the rockets together. And in fact, they have anti-tactile skills sometimes. They actually take the rockets apart after they're actually put together. Causes some problems sometimes, but that's all good. That is all good. Dude, Zeke Mafik, what's going on? Dacky was here. Game & Rex working on FASA, the Kerbal NASA rocket parts. Dude, Cybertech, how is it going, good sir? How is it going? I am glad to see. I'm always glad to see you here. Why don't you have a sword, though? Keep talking, Cybertech. I'm not sure why you don't have a sword. It's weird. Dude, Cybertech. No worries, man. We will continue to talk. The more successful I can make this thing, the more I will be able to support the people who make all the mods that are totally awesome. So, I do appreciate you, man. It's not nearly enough, man. It's not nearly enough. But the more successful I can make this, the more I'll be able to support mod developers, especially the ones that I use in my stream. And you are front and center with making my stream happen, Cybertech. I appreciate you. I definitely do appreciate you. I do absolutely positively appreciate you, good sir. My KSP has started up. Are the chiptunes loud? I'm wondering if the chiptunes are a little loud. I do not know. Dash just starting up. Yeah, Chronic. We're letting it get spooled up. We're letting it get spooled up like we always do. Chronic Offender. Dash just starting up. Yeah, okay, I got that one. Count True Silver. Dash, how else are they going to know how they work? They have to fully understand them. Otherwise, won't become engineers. Count True Silver. Me and you are on the same page. And I actually spent 2 weeks having them put their rockets together. We did tests. We talked about all the other parts of the rocket. We talked about the fins. We talked about lift, drag, thrust. We talked about all of those things in terms of concepts that kindergarten and first graders can understand, right? We assembled the rockets. We talked about the fins and how they create drag at the bottom. And we talked about the motors and how they create thrust and all sorts of different stuff, right? And then the next week, we put together the chutes. We had the shock cords. We had the chutes. We had little army parachute guys so we could understand, throw the army chute pair guys and the chute opens up, then it falls down. We did all of those things. I demonstrated a little squib, right? With the squib with the electric igniter, Estes model engines, totally. And how the electrical charge would go through the squib and make a little spark that ignites the rocket engine. And we talked about safety for sure. We definitely talked about safety, which is difficult when you've got kindergarten and first graders who are very, very, very excited to launch their rockets. But we went through all of those different things. We got the rockets all put together. Everything good to go. Thing is, it takes time to launch rockets for all the kids. And so they're sitting there like, oh, when's it my turn? When's it my turn? They're flying their rockets around, which is totally cool. But in the course of flying the rockets around, we had some pieces come off. We had some shock cords become disconnected. No big deal, though. No big deal. Every time, I actually had them, every time a rocket would fail horribly, mostly the shock cords would come disconnected, right? Every time a rocket would totally fail, we'd say, science! Because we learned something. We need to do a better job of connecting the shock cord, right? Anyways, Anyways, it was good times. It was definitely good times. It's just I had an hour budgeted to do it. Das, will you be doing all SSCOs or some planes that also make use of rockets or even a shuttle? Cybertech, today I've had quite a few people ask me just about basic space planes. Like, I've never been able to make a space plane before, that sort of stuff. So I think today I'm going to be going with more of a basic space plane. Plus I've got DK coming up here in just a little bit. And I'm going to do kind of a midstream raid. We're going to go support DK on KSP TV. He's going to be streaming for 2 hours, doing some stuff over that way. I'm going to keep working on the space planes for people who want that, but I am going to do a raid of KSP TV whenever DK goes live. And then after DK, I'm supposed to stream on KSP TV after DK. Is the music level okay? Is the music level okay? Let me know. Count True Server, though. You're right, dude. You're right. Taking things apart is how I learned a lot of what I know. And I was never afraid to break something or take it apart or whatever. And some things ended up broken because of that, right? Don't get me wrong. But I learned a lot of stuff. And I never became afraid to take things apart. And when you're not afraid to take them apart, sometimes you can fix them. Sometimes you can just take them apart so that they can never be put back together, right? Well, most of the time. Dude, a lot of people coming in. I think I got Count True Silver. He was the last one. Hayden's Child, what's up? Oh, Schatzel, how's it going? Never seen about Noctis. I think I got you, Noctis. Eat my feet, I remember saying. Shimmy the JJ, what's up, Shimmy? How's it going, buddy? We're doing a little bit of an early stream. We're just going to talk about some basic space planes, and then we're going to go do a raid on DK, hopefully. If you stream tonight, yeah. Let's see here. Wait, I thought it was first in an hour. Wait, I thought you were first in an hour. Complete English sentences, please. Mockmo, dude, what's going on? What's going on? We are an hour early. We are an hour early. Das, question, could you go over in more detail how to land? Sure, absolutely. It's not a 1 in the morning stream. The music level's good. Thanks, Cybertech, man. I appreciate it. Ride Checks, what's up? EK Mavericks. I'm doing good, guys. I spent the afternoon launching rockets with kids, and they love it. I went through more 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 launch countdowns, and I only had 2 failed engines, which was amazing. Normally, you got a whole lot more than just 2 failed engines, where you sit there and you're like, 3, 2, 1, launch! And then nothing happens, and there's like 40 adults, all the kids' parents are there watching. We're out on the track, right, this field at the school, and we're like, 3, 2, 1, and then nothing happens. And I go up and I put a new engine in, and I reset the squib, whatever. And you come back and you do it again, and it still doesn't launch. And it's like the 3rd time is a try, and the 3rd time the engine actually goes. Dude, Dyern, how's it going? Rin Phoenix, welcome. We're getting spooled up in another 5 minutes. I'm going to be talking about space planes. I'm just going to do basic space planes. Just going to do basic space planes. What is this? Ah, yes. Isn't that amazing? That is cool. Wait, how did you... Oh, that's cool. That's very clean. I'm looking at the screenshot that Shimmy just put in there. I need to play around with it. I haven't actually had time to sit down and play with it. Dude, Tar Ogre! Ogre. Donkey. That's all I remember from that movie. That is absolutely cool, Shimmy. I'm going to have to play around with it and have a look at that. Das, one of the things I wish they would put in KSP is the ability to switch from metric to standard for the unit of measure. Huh. You can't do that, I guess. I've never actually looked into that. Metric to standard? The problem is, Game & Rex, like most good science, science uses the metric system. The standard system, our United States way of feet and inches and pints and quarts and furlongs and fortnights and whatever, that is a very American thing. And it really does make sense to use the metric system in science. We need a universal language. Math is one of them. The metric system is one that we like. And we use it in science. You wish there were programs like this when you were a little dude. Ride car. Were you the one that said you were a web developer? I think I remember you saying yesterday that you were a web developer. I may need some help. Send me a message if you could, man. Send me a message. Delicious Dr. Pepper. In science, though? In science? Yeah, I guess so. I didn't know that they, maybe they do use fortnights and furlongs and stuff. Do they use pints and quarts? All I know is if you go to Canada, you can buy a bag of milk. What's up, Bams? TTT. Gav, what's up? Cheese is me. Algie with the host, dude. Or Algie. I call him Algie. With the host. Hosting for 5. I like it. That's cool. This is just for all the kids not as bright as you wish. How much awesome. Dude, Hayden, that's not how it goes, man. That's not how it goes. You know that. Let me see here. Let me go. I've got that. I've got KSP. I've just been talking at the camera, right? Whatever. I've got my Aperture Science shirt on. Wait, did I pull it off? Yeah. My Aperture Laboratories shirt. My garage shirt. That's what I wore to launch the rockets. People always ask me, oh, is that where you work? Is that where your other job is? And I'm like, yeah, we make shower curtains. Alright, let me switch over to the KSP stream. It looks like we're spooling up pretty good. Where is it? There it is. Excellent. I'm a lot smaller. KSP is actually on the screen. You can't read what's going on over there. I will find a solution for that someday. I will find a solution. But today, what I'm going to be talking about, I've got a lot of requests. Spaceplane is a very popular topic. What I try to do is alternate my schedule every other week. So that one week I do very basic spaceplanes for people who really have no clue where to start, like I've already seen in chat. The next week I do more complicated spaceplanes. This week right here, this is going to be one of the simpler, the intro. That's why I said intro to spaceplanes, right? Intro to spaceplanes, where we cover the basic concepts for people who really don't even know where to start with the planes. And we're going to start with the plane. We're going to start with the plane. But that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to talk about spaceplanes, but it's intro to spaceplanes. Don't despair because I alternate the schedule. Next week, I'll be doing advanced spaceplanes, like when we made the Mighty Duck. Maybe we'll make a cargo carrier or we'll figure out something for next week. But this week, intro to spaceplanes, we're going to be doing some very, 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 very basic stuff. And I know it's going to be basic for a lot of y'all. But I really want to get the people who don't really know where to start going. 7:14, one more minute. I'm going to drink. Excuse me. I'm going to check the channel and all that sort of stuff. Make sure we are good to go, and then we're going to start talking about intro to spaceplanes. Excelente. The screenshot on there is me like... Yo, Fruity, dude. Hey, DOS. I'm glad you're doing spaceplanes because I don't have a clue. Aha. Aha. You're about to have a clue. If you hang out with us, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be going for just about 45 minutes. I sound funny tonight. My voice from yelling at the kids out on the playground, man. Chat's not scrolling. Yeah, it was probably my fault with the chat not scrolling. Every now and then I do this sort of thing, and I can actually scroll the chat up and down, and I can highlight stuff and that sort of stuff. It should be scrolling now. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, it's good to go now. It's good to go. Thanks for getting my back, though, Cybertech. I think it's good to know. Can you do demo-style spaceplanes? Polking Hornbud. I don't understand the question. Can I do demo style? Demo style. What does demo style mean? Are you on mobile? Is that an autocorrect thing? Demo style spaceplanes. We're going to be doing simple spaceplanes. Intro to spaceplanes tonight. What's up, Snuggly Squid? How's it going, man? I think, yeah, Unseen Whale. I got you. Let us do this. Excuse me. Let us do this. Let us. Oh, that's an excellent, dude, Snuggy Squid, that's an excellent idea. If you want to, you can actually open up your own KSP. I'm just going to be using stock parts. You don't have to have any mods or anything like that. And if you want to build along and kind of play along, if your computer can handle listening to me and my scratchy voice, because I've been yelling at kids all day. Range safety! Didn't go very well, honestly, with kindergartners. But if you can, open up your own. Play along. Dude, Algie, what's up, dude? I appreciate the host. Demo, like, what could you do in the free case? Ooh. Demo spaceplanes. No, there are no spaceplanes in the demo, unfortunately. The demo only has winglets. Yeah. There is not really, there's not even any engines, really, because those aren't really spaceplanes. Those are just rockets that have fins on them. Dawson, missed most of last night. What happened? You fixed your first ship, just wondering what has changed. EK Mavericks, it's going to be up on YouTube. It will totally be up on YouTube. Mañana. Should be, I think. So we got a lot of stuff done. We docked some things. We did an interplanetary mission. That was all last night. But today, I need to get started on spaceplanes here. Taxaw, dude, what's up? Taxaws, I never got into them until 0.25. I always thought they looked ugly and spammy. And Peter Butter King, thank you for the follow. Tar Ogre, thank you for the follow also. I missed you. Turkenberg was a while ago. Literally had a crash report. But, I never really got into spaceplanes until 0.25 came out. They were just too cheesy and spammy, and you like had to put wings together 50 different ways. It wasn't a lot of fun, and they always ended up looking really dumb, right? They did end up looking really dumb. So, I think without further ado, I don't know, is it the Mega Man music? Let's have a look. No, it's Nightbeat Queed, one of the open source, no license, or open license, I guess, YouTube music thingies. It's not, Nestris, it's not. But welcome to the stream. You're not late. Blue, I always start a little bit early. I always start at the time I say. I always start the stream. I always start the stream at some point. And then I give it a little bit of a time to spool up so I don't like jump straight into the stuff right before people get going. I give people some time to come into the stream. I was rushing today. I was hoping to get started 15 minutes earlier. That's okay. That's okay. let's talk about Spaceplanes after I drink some delicious Dr. Pepper. I am actually absolutely thirsty right now. If you are new to my stream, I'm Dos Valdez. I do a thing called Kerbal Space Academy. Kerbal Space Academy, I focus on a different topic every night. Tonight we're going to focus on space planes. I've also done lifters, getting into orbit, rendezvous, docking, landing on the moon, lander piloting, lander training, lander drills, whatever you want to call it, going interplanetary. I've done farming science, kickstarting career, I do mod highlights. That's what Kerbal Space Academy is. I focus on a topic every night. Tonight we're doing intro to space planes. Some of you may think this is really simplistic, but there are a whole lot of people. There are a whole lot of people who have no clue where to start with space planes. So we're going to start with the basics. Dude, Samuraiser, what's going on? Let's see. I've tried Chatty. Chatty is a lot worse than this. For what I want to do, the problem is I need a chat program that has white text with a black outline. And Chatty actually puts the text in red. It's really hard to see on all the different backgrounds. Chatty's hard to see on all backgrounds. This is hard to see on light colored backgrounds. It like flips. It's really hard to see the red highlighted text in this with the better Twitch TV. But I've tried Chatty. I've actually done a demo with Chatty, and it was a lot harder to read. It was not quite as flexible as this one is. And I'm going to figure out some way to make those big blocks of red text easier to read. Sounds worse, Chatty. You got here in time tonight, dude. Fred QC, congratulations. Anyways, focusing on topics. Tonight is Spaceplanes, intro to Spaceplanes, basic Spaceplanes. 2 ways that you can get my attention. If you have a question, ask me. Ask me the question. In chat, what you can do? You can actually say, DOS. What if I did this? If you use the word DOS, D-A-S, it'll highlight it in red just like you see scrolling by. It's a little bit hard to read here. You can also use the word question. If you say question, Q-U-S-T-I, you know how to spell it, whatever. Use the word question, it'll highlight it in red. What I do is I scroll back on occasion and I read all the different questions. I answer all the different questions. I'm Kerbal Space Academy, that's what I do. I'm here to help you understand Kerbal Space Program. Here to demystify Kerbal Space Program. Tonight we're going to be doing demystification of space planes and how do they work. You said, sure, yeah, I saw I can set the color, but nothing, it's really what I need is thick text with a black border that doesn't get chroma keyed. That's the problem. That is the big problem. So, I need thick white text with a black border in a different colored chroma key background. That is really what I need. That is absolutely what I need. So, yeah, there you go, dude. Shimmy the JJ. Red boxes when either the word DOS or question is in the message, so it gets highlighted, and I scroll back and I read them. That's what we do. Kerbal Space Academy. I'm Dos Valdez. Ask me questions. I don't have a script. I'm just going to make this up as I go. I've done Spaceplane. I've done intro to Spaceplanes before, right? But I've never built this plane before. Nikim, that's a good free play question. How far do you think a plane using only small SRBs will go? That's a good free play question, right? But for now, I'm going to be focusing on the basics of space planes. Earthworm Flim, what's going on, dude? Can't you change the transparent text to be white instead? I don't think that I can. I can unblacken the chat. I can go to settings, but that doesn't allow me to set colors or anything like that. This is just the colors. That's my color. It's just not giving me what I need. Yeah. You have dark but transparent background. Yeah, that's what I need to look at. I need to look at something like that, and I just haven't gotten. It's worst here. It's really worst here. Dude, Finner Organo, what's going on? It's worst here in the Spaceplane hangar. Anyways, let's start playing some games. Let's talk about space planes. That's what I want to do. What I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be streaming for a little bit while here, then I'm going to go raid KSP TV. I'm going to keep streaming after I raid KSP TV to finish out some of the spaceplane stuff, but DK is supposed to be going on, and I want to give him some support. So we're going to go that way in just a little bit, just to give him a quick DOS attack. But let's make a spaceplane. Pardon my clearing of throat. I've been yelling at kindergartners all afternoon. I think one of the biggest problems with space planes in Kerbal Space Program is that when people try to start building them, they try to build something that's way too big. I think that's the hugest problem. And there's so many really awesome space planes out there, right? I mean, we've got on the runway right here, we've got the KSA Mighty Duck sitting on the runway with the old .24 Lame Duck. We can go to it right here. They look really awesome, right? It's got all this stuff. It carries like a crew. It's got a cargo bay. It's got the stocking, like all this stuff, right? The problem is if you don't understand the very basics of the space planes, you're not going to build something like this off the bat. You'll even have trouble building something like this off the bat. It took us forever to get this lame duck into orbit. It took us about 3 hours to get this guy built and tuned. We stepped through everything. I did it on a stream. But I think one of the big problems is that people love to start with very complicated planes like the Mighty Duck here. And the problem is, if you don't understand the basic concepts and you try to build this big complicated plane, it's going to be really hard to tune. It's going to be really hard to actually get into space. And so the number one thing that I recommend for people who are just starting with space planes is to start small. Don't use a bunch of parts. Don't try to make something as... I mean, you couldn't make something as awesome looking as this anyways. Sorry. But don't try to make something that's too complex. Don't try to overdo it. Just start with something small. Learn to fly it. Learn to get it into space. And then step your way up into the bigger space planes. This is actually a pretty small space plane. But there are some huge space planes out there. Don't start huge. Start small. Learn how the plane works. Learn how the physics work. All that sort of stuff. Just start small with the space planes. Let's go back into the space plane hangar. If you didn't know, don't build space planes in the VAB. Build them in the space plane hangar. Apparently that's going to change in the next release because it's all going to be the same place. But this right here is the space plane hangar. Click on it and go inside it. And we are going to start by building a very basic space plane that just has a few parts. Not very many parts. I'm going to grab a pod first. I'm just going to use this little Mark 1 cockpit, right? We're not going to try and carry a red tank into orbit. We're not going to try to deliver 500 Kerbals to the space station. We're not going to try to have a space plane that can SSTO on a grand tour and visit all the planets. We're just going to start by making a very simple plane. Just the plane. So, on the space plane, you all know there are normal parts. I'll scroll back and I'll catch the chat in just a minute. There are a couple different parts that are required for a plane. You know that you have to have command and control. This right here is command and control. It's where the Kerbal sits. You can also use a probe core, right? There's lots of different options. You've got these things. You've got the new probe core that looks like that has the other parts. That would be actually pretty cool to put intakes on the side of that. But you've got to have some way to control the plane. The pod is number one. That's pretty basic stuff. The next thing that we need is some fuel. And I'm actually going to come over here and find... Where did they put it on me? The fuel... There, is that it? Nope, that's the Mark III. There it is right there. The Mark I fuselage using jet fuel. I'm just going to put some fuel on it. We know that. The next thing I need is a jet engine, and I'm just going to grab the basic jet engine. We've got very important things. Now we've got command and control. We've got fuel. We've got an engine. Everybody knows we need wings. Let's grab some wings. Again, this is a very, very simple space plane. I know it's not the most complicated, fantastical space plane that you've ever seen, but I'm just going to try to make a little dart sort of configuration here. I'll take it. I'll take it. I've got some wings on it. I also need a tail. Let's toss a little tail on it. Is there like a low profile tail or something? Small delta wing. That looks ridiculous, honestly. Is there a smaller wing? Could we just use a winglet as a wing? I've never actually tried that. Let's use the winglet as a wing, or as a tail. That's okay. And that winglet actually has control, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. It does have control. Excellent, excellent. There's something else that I've skipped, and it's something that a lot of people skip whenever they're making these things, right? You've got to have air intakes, because this engine right here is a basic jet engine. It's not a rocket engine, right? Most of your rockets that go on, let me turn the music down a little bit. Most of the rockets that you use, there we go, that sounds better. Most of the rockets that you use, they've got the big fuel tanks. The normal fuel tanks, they carry LFO in them, liquid fuel and oxidizer. Like this guy right here, liquid fuel and oxidizer. That means, for the rocket engine, it can actually go up to space and continue burning when it's in space. Because it not only carries the liquid fuel, the combustible agent, it carries the oxidizer, the oxygen that's needed in order to create the reaction, the flame, to toss the fuel out the back of the rocket in a big fiery mess. That is what these tanks are. However, a basic jet engine does not actually need the oxidizer. It can't use the oxidizer. It gets its oxidizer from a different place, just like a real jet engine. It actually gets its oxidizer. Where are these things at? Let's see here. From air intakes, which can be found on the aerodynamic tab right there. I'm going to use these radial intakes like this. Actually, yeah, that's okay. I'm just going to toss those intakes in. They're clippy. I don't even care. It's fine. It looks a little bit ridiculous. Like I said, very basic plane. So now we've got a couple different things. We've got the engine, we've got the fuel, we've got the oxidizer, the intakes for the intake air, right? We've got a wing, we've got command and control, we've got a vertical control surface. I'm missing control surfaces on theirs. You know, like ailerons, elevators, the flaps on the back of the wing. You've actually got to add those. I don't need to add it to this one because it will turn on its own, but these wings don't. You've actually got to turn them. So let's see where I can get the ailerons from. Oh, also from the aerodynamic tab. There we go. Those look like they're right about the right size. Let's put them on there. That's honestly a little bit too big. What's up, Special Forces? How's it going? Now I've got control surfaces. Last thing that I need, let's put some landing gear on here. I've got the small gear bay. Don't use these. That looks dumb. It's like a four-wheeler and a plane. So let's go ahead and toss this on right like this. One of the important things, you see how those go? That you actually run into that a lot. You see how they won't go straight? One thing you can do, right now I've actually got it in angle snap. You see angle snap down here in the left-hand corner? If I'm putting these on and they go like that, they won't attach. What you can do is turn off angle snap and they'll usually go straight. So if you turn off the angle snap, they'll go straight. I need them further back than that, it looks like. There we go. And look at that. We can cover up those spammy McCheaterson bottoms of those things. I'm also going to need a gear in the front, so let's toss a gear in the front. And again, I'm not going to actually look at anything here. Turn your angle snap back on for the front gear. I'm not going to actually look at anything. That looks ridiculous, but whatever. I'm just going to go fly this, and we'll see how it flies. It's probably going to fly pretty well because it's pretty small. Who knows? Maybe it'll just explode and burn over and fall into the swamp. Plane. Period. It's just a plane. It's just a plane. Let's launch it. And let's see what we get. I didn't even click save. Whatever. I named it, though. Let's see here what else. Cute plane. It definitely is a cute plane. There you go. It is a cute little plane. Awesome, Abel. Are you kidding? Of course. Oh, so that's why I haven't been able to control my planes very well. Forgot the ailerons. Thanks, Dels. Already helped. That is why I'm doing Intro to Spaceplanes. Intro to Spaceplanes. This guy's, he's just raring to go down the runway. It's insanely easy. I'll come back and get the rest of the questions. Let me see if this flies. Let me see if this flies. I'm actually going to lock my panel so I can see what's going on. See, I've got a new thing, intake air up there, right? I'm going to throttle up. SA is engaged, and I'm actually just going to go ahead and press spacebar to light that engine. And let's see if this plane can fly. I bet you it can fly. It's already going off the ground. Apparently I haven't even touched anything, and it's just raring to fly. That is, oh, look at that. We had no trouble taking off over the busted runway. That's my hard mode. Everybody else is like, oh, look at me. I can't actually F5. And I was like, oh yeah, I blew up half my runway. That's how I do hard mode. This little insanely simple plane is flying very well. Can I actually, yes. Ah, yes. It's flying very well. Can we buzz the tower? Something Admiral's Daughter style. It's not a very good buzz. But this little simple pull up! Terrain, terrain. There we go. The little simple plane is flying very, very well. It's insanely easy to fly, but, before you try to get a space plane up there, I recommend you get something little like this and get a handle on how the controls work. Do you see how I'm turning? Whenever I want to do a turn, I actually tilt. I do a roll into the turn, and then I'm actually S. I'm not pressing D, I'm pressing S, which is actually pulling me up. It's like I turn sideways and then I pull up into the turn. That is what I do whenever I fly this little plane. Let me see here. Can I actually get it landed? Let's find out. It's going very, very, very fast. But just making a little plane like this and flying it around, don't get bored with it, right? Learn all the controls, because when you're in the space plane and when you're trying to get that space plane, oops, don't crash. When you're trying to get that space plane to go into space and you don't even have a handle on the basic controls, how they work, that's a problem. You don't want to do that, so get you a little plane like this and play around with it. I mean, it turns on a dime. It's a lot of fun to fly around. You could crash into stuff. I bet you it would be enough to blow some stuff up if I were to crash into it. But a little tiny plane like this is all you need. Let's actually talk about some of the basics, right? You've already seen me every time I do a turn, I do a rolling turn like that. I actually bank into the turn. Normally, when I'm flying my plane, let's look at the nav ball and find out a couple different things. Hey, it's not going to space. I know it. I guarantee you this one's not going to space because it doesn't have rocket engines. But I want to talk to you. This is Intro to Space Planes. And if you don't know how to control the plane in the first place, you're going to have trouble flying a space plane. I'm just pitching it all over the place. Let's go fly towards the island, I guess. There we go. So basic controls, right? And let's talk about a couple different things. As I'm flying this guy around, you know that my Q and E, just like my rockets, my Q and E will actually have me do rolls. These are actually elevon rolls because I don't have elevators and I don't have ailerons. It's a Delta Dart style wing where these are actually elevons. But when I press Q and E, I can actually do totally sweet rolls like this. That rolls me to the side. Whenever I press S, I can actually pitch up. So see how pressing S pitches me up. When I press W, I pitch down. See how pressing W pitches me down. When I press A and D are actually your least used keys. A and D will actually yaw the plane like that. Do you see that? That plane does not look happy yawing. But you can actually see this control surface moving left and right. You can use that for fine corrections, but really the best way to do a turn is not. Let's try it. Let's try it. I'm flying along, and I want to turn to my left. The best way to do that turn is to not to press this. Do you see how that's a very, very slow turn, and the plane's like going up, and it really has no clue what's going on? It actually wants to roll into the turn. Do you see it trying to roll into the turn? Whenever I do a turn, what I actually want to do, let's go flying straight again. What I actually want to do is bank the plane a little bit, and then turn into the turn like this. That will get me a lot faster turn. Do you see how fast I can turn when I do that, as opposed to using the yaw? I'm actually using these elevons, elevators and ailerons, at the same time, and they are both deflecting that up. Do you see how they're deflecting up? Do you see how they do that to turn the plane? The engine's also gimbaled, so it's turning as well. But that is the best way to turn that plane. Don't be using the yaw to go back and forth. The rest of it, with a space plane, the majority thing you'll use is pitch, and you have to know how to control your pitch. You'll see a couple different things, right? Just because I've got the plane pointing down doesn't mean that that's the way I'm going. I can actually do this. And you see how it kind of buzzes? It flips up and down. It doesn't really know it. The plane, look at the smoke. Do you see where the smoke is going? The plane is not going exactly the way you have it. It's actually flying like this until it gets enough turning to be going straight along the velocity. Now I'm going straight up, apparently. Who knew that it could do that? That's actually pretty cool. This is like a stunt plane. Let's go ahead and pull over here and get on back down. But, wow, don't go too high, little guy. Come on now. Come on. Turn on back around. I could actually make some tweaks to this little plane to make it easier to fly. Do you think I can do a full pull around? Look at that smoke. I love the smoke in the sky. But again, look at this. Do you see my heading? Do you see my velocity vector? I'm not actually going the exact same way. Look at the smoke. Do you see how the smoke is coming out? It's very important. The way you are pointing is not necessarily the way you are going. When I can get the green ball into the heading indicator, that means that I'm going. Look at the smoke being straight. I better pull up. I better pull up. I better pull up. Terrain, terrain, terrain. Come on, buddy. There we go. That was good. Let's go on back to the KSC and see if I can do a landing. And we'll talk through landing. Somebody asked me about landing. So I'm going to start off not with the space part, but with the plane part. And integral to getting the plane done is actually getting it landed. Whenever I land, excuse me very much, by the way, my throat is yelling at kindergarten is enabled. Whenever I land, I need to get down to around 1,000 feet. Something like this. I need to be flying straight and level, and I need to get lined up with the runway. You can do this a lot further out than this, but I'm actually going to get lined up with the runway. I'll show you a trick that you can use. I think everybody should do it. That right there is pretty much lined up with the runway. I'm also going to throttle down. Come on now. Come on. There we go. I'm going to throttle way down because I don't want to be going 200 meters per second when I land. I need to be going about 100. Probably a little bit less than 100 would be great. But I'm just going to throttle way down. Dude, Filler Bunny, Big Dog 22ndist, Shoplifter FPD. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. We're doing Intro to Spaceplanes, and Intro to Spaceplanes starts with Intro to Planes because you're not going to space if you don't get the plane part done. So I need even less throttle, it looks like. Let's go ahead and put the gear down. There we go. And you see I'm pretty much lined up with the runway. We'll do a trick just to make this a little bit easier. And get down to about 500 feet. I'm a little bit off. There we go. Even 132 is okay. 132 is okay for the approach. 126 is okay. I'm trying to do my final adjustments with the yaw, right? But this plane keeps one nose up. Now I'm nice and lined up with the runway, right? I'm going down. I'm going to have to skip the broken section, I think. I'm just going to fly over the broken section. I've got my speed. Definitely under 150. Hopefully closer to 100. Dude, Azarium. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. Do an intro to space planes. Start with the planes. DOS super hard mode. Forget F5. Blow up half your runway and land. I'm just coming down the runway. There's my shadow. It's a great time to land right now. And I can just go ahead and kill my engine. Ooh, buddy. Wow, this thing has so much freaking lift. And glide it on down like this. Come on. There. Oh, bounce. Kill the engine. Brake, 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 brake. Come on! Stop for me! I think we're good. I think we're actually good. Look at that. I'll buy it. I'll buy it. We got the landing done. That is a very basic plane. Get a very basic plane. Wait, wait, wait. Unlock steering. There we go. Learned that the other day. Get a very basic plane like this. Fly around the KSA with it. Practice your landings. Practice turning. Practice everything you need to do before you actually try to get into space. And I know it seems really simplistic, but if you don't have the basics down, if you're not able to actually control the plane, you're going to have a big bunch of trouble getting into space. He's ready to launch again. Look at him. He's got plenty of fuel even. So, I'm going to check the chat. I'm going to see if there were any questions, anything I need to demonstrate again. I know, guys, I know that it's very simplistic, but this is Intro to Space Planes, and it really should be Plane Spaces, I think. Because the very basic part, the very first thing you have to do is fly through the atmosphere and be able to control yourself before you can go into space. And that is why I'm covering this like I am. That is absolutely why I'm doing this. Let me do this. I'm going to go screensaver mode. Like that. We're just going to sit here. Like that. I'm going to read the chat. I'm going to drink some Dr. Pepper. Let's see if there are any questions. Let's not hit G when you want to break this time. Nubius, you get out of my channel, dude. You get out of my channel. Let's see what's going on. Dude, what's up, Volgar? How's it going? I'm scrolling through my chat. I'm going to read my chat. Let's see here. Finrear. Okay, I saw Finrear. Deepbot. Yeah, okay, Deepbot. Yeah, okay, good. I've seen these. I've seen these. Evening, DOS. Okay, that was good. Hi, DOS. Spaceplanes tonight. Yes, Rollo. Spaceplanes tonight. Spaceplanes tonight. But Deepbot, Earthworm Slim, Deepbot can't do white text with a background that's visible anywhere. That's my big problem, man. That's my big problem is I need white text with a black background. Hey, Spaceplanes tonight. Yep, we got that one. Like the SR. Nestorus, yes. Many people try to build the SR Normandy as their first spaceplane, and they're like, I can't get into space. And I was like, maybe if you didn't try to build the SR Normandy. Dude, Nachitos. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. James SYRW123, welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. And there was one other. Stress Test. That's actually a good name. Stress Test. Thank you for enrolling in Kerbal Space Academy. I'm Das Valdez. Intro to Spaceplanes. Very basic spaceplane topics. We're going to get this guy into space. If you have any questions, put them in chat. Say, I have a question. Use the word question. That's important. I have a question. It'll highlight in red. I'll answer it. I answer all my questions. Let's see what else we've got. Dawson Cybertech. What's up, Special Forces? I got that one. Oracle, what's going on? Might be also handy. Yes, Cybertech. Might be handy to have some control surfaces and even landing gear, Keppa. We're getting there, man. It's a process. It's a process. I really do. I mean, I talk through a lot of that stuff because I want people to understand how these things work. I don't just want to already have an awesome plane that's already ready to go, blah, 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 right? I want to put it together one piece at a time and talk about it because people may miss something and not understand. Why does my plane not work? Oh, well, you need ailerons, as it turns out. You need to put those on there and then you can control your plane. Let's see what else we've got. Raider Goo. F-102 Delta Darts had huge tails. I read a book on the Skunk Works that talked about those. Huh. I don't remember the tails on them, but that's awesome. Have it glide off tail on a launch clamp. What? Combustible engines don't work in space. Omnigrab. Rocket engines, I would say, would be a combustion engine, right? Because there's combustion happening in the rocket, but maybe there's a difference. It's like air-breathing engines don't work in space. That's what we're talking about. Infinigliders go. Das, I always seem to have trouble getting ailerons on straight by default. Any idea why? Oh. Finaragato, dude, let's go to the Space Center. I'm not even going to revert it. I'm just going to leave them on the runway. Let's go back to the spaceplane hangar and let's look at putting the ailerons on right quick. Let's do that. Let's see what's going on. There's a spaceplane hangar. Let us zoom in and see what we've got going on with the ailerons. So I know exactly what you're talking about, right? The aileron is right here, and in fact, I'll put a regular tail on it as well. I'll just put a regular tail on it. What do we have going on? Tail fin, good. I'll put a regular tail on it. So now we're actually going to have to... Did the Delta Dart have a tail that big? I don't know. I actually like this one better because it's smaller by just a little tiny hair. Anyways, this is for demonstration purposes. Dude, Fenrir, check it out. I know exactly what you're talking about because when you grab a fresh aileron off the assembly line and you put it over here, it ends up like that. In that, while it looks like a totally sweet Wright Brothers sort of setup, that is not the way you want your ailerons on. You actually want them to be straight with the wing. You know that, right? What you need to do is when you put it on, make sure angle snap is on. Make sure angle snap is on first. Put it on there and use the keys to rotate it around. In this case, this one you really just have to press D. Do you see how I'm pressing A and D to rotate it? So pressing D will rotate it the proper direction. Press X to turn on 2 symmetry. See how I've got the 2X symmetry going on there? And when I've got that, you can just snap it on. If you run into problems, if you rotate it every which way and you can't get it, press spacebar. Spacebar, let me grab a new one just to demonstrate. Spacebar will actually reset it no matter how many rotations I put it through. Spacebar will reset it to the default. And then I can put it on there and I can press D once and we're good to go. The tail is the same sort of way. If I wanted to put a regular sort of control surface up there, I don't understand why it does that, but apparently when I put it on a vertical surface, it goes horizontal. It's like the default symmetry needs to be changed or something. I should just be able to press D again to get that thing up there. Now that looks a little ridiculous, honestly. I'm going to put the other one back. But, again, I could rotate it every which way. It doesn't matter what I do, right? I'm pressing all sorts of buttons here. Check it out. Look at the keys. I'm pressing all sorts of buttons. Press spacebar, put it over it, and just press D once, and you're good to go. There you go. That's how we do that. That looks hideous. So let's put this back on in 1X symmetry, and there we go. So, any other questions in chat? I'm still reading chat. Let's see here. Do an aileron roll. It's actually an elevon roll, because these are elevators and ailerons. Drink! Dark Tamar, thank you. Let's see here. What was the question? Das, explain why you roll down the runway. I don't know. Why do you roll down the runway? That doesn't make any sense. I didn't have the engines on. I just started rolling magically, like magical physics forces. Maybe it sloped downhill a little bit. I think it has something to do with the rotation of the planet and the bad physics sort of deal. I'm not quite sure. Let's see what else we've got. Bam said, my parents' computer's a potato compared to my own. KSP is quite slow when watching Dawson assembling more stations. I can't help you with that one, man. I can't help you with that one. Sorry about the parents' computer. Awesome, Abel. Oh, so that's why I haven't been able to control my planes very well. Forgot the ailerons. Thanks, Das. Already helped me. Awesome, Abel. No problems. No problems. Das, explain. All right, there was roll down the runway. That's how most planes in most games work. You're right. You're right. Make sure you get it in KSP. KSP is not exactly a flight simulator, right? It's more of a space Lego simulator than it is a flight simulator. So get a little plane like that, fly it around, make sure you understand the basic controls. Das, do an aileron. Aileron. Did you spell it like that on purpose, Nikium? Aileron. Oh man, that's such a matter of being able to actually control the plane. The more you know. Rainbow, right? What's up, Dave Ryder? Crash. No, I wasn't going to crash. Drink. I did drink. KFC. You want some chicken. Wait, what? Das, why are you yelling at kindergartners? Because we were launching rockets with kindergartners earlier. We were launching rockets with kindergartners. Let's not hit G when you want to break this time. Yes, I had a bit of a problem. I brought a space plane back down from orbit. And I fat-fingered the keys. Who knew that the G and the B keys were directly next to each other on the keyboard? And instead of pressing B, which is brakes, I pressed G, which is retract gear. And the gear retracted, the plane exploded. That's how the runway got blown up like that. Wait, no, I landed the other craft. That wasn't how the runway got blown up. That plane crashed and didn't even hurt it. Let's see here, let's see here. What else did we miss? Did I miss anything else? No, I've got that. I can see you, Volgar. I can see you. K26 Intention, what's going on? Dan8000, what's going on? Rabbit of Dogs, that's an interesting name. Question, how does landing on the runway differ from landing off the runway? EK Mavericks, that's a really good idea. That's a good question. The runway is nice and flat. It's also lined up exactly east to west, so you can align with it, right? You don't have to worry about polygon borders. You don't have to worry about terrain changes where a little hill starts or a little valley starts. You don't have to worry about going off the top of a hill. The runway is perfectly flat. There are other places that are nice and flat. There are some deserts. The flats on Minmus, not that you land a lot of planes there, those are perfectly flat. There's some really nice flat places on the poles of Lathe that are really nice to land space planes on, north and south poles of Lathe. If you ever can't find a piece of land, go into a polar orbit at Lathe. Orbit in a polar orbit, north to south. There are great places to land at both poles. Nice flat spaceplane runways, basically. But, that is what we were talking about there. I got that one. Let's see here. Alright, got that one. Answering questions. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. Aiden, what's going on? Dakota John Ayers, what's up? Dan 8000, what is that, DOS? It's a plane. It doesn't have any space in it yet. DOS, will you ever do a spaceplane tutorial for far or near? Yes, Zerandis. One of the things that I'm working on is learning some of those mods, right? I normally don't do my Academy streams using those mods because I want to keep it simple for new players, right? I want new players to get into the game and get the basics before they go on to those things. But I am planning in the next couple weeks to do something with far or near. I'm not sure which one. Maybe near. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see, Zerandis. But good question. Thank you. Scarlet Rever, what's up, buddy? DOS, the initial rolling is because the runway is flatter than the surface of Kerbin. I could see that happening. It's flat and the surface is curved underneath it. I've heard that somewhere before, Kithagor. I've heard that somewhere, dude. Excellent. You just got the notification. DOS was streaming. Declarations. I started earlier. Aren't you streaming? Coming up soon? Pretty soon here, actually. 15 minutes or so. Don't know. Let me know. Anyways, we've got this little plane. We're going to need to make some modifications to it before it goes to space, because what was I talking about? I was talking about, I've got one engine on here. It's an air-breathing engine. That's why we've got these big intakes, right? But because we've got this one air-breathing engine, once I get high enough in the atmosphere and I run out of oxygen, I run out of atmosphere to suck into the intakes, that engine won't work anymore. It does not have any oxidizing agent to combine with the fuel to make an explosion to toss exploding fuel out the back to get thrust with. So what I need in order to make this a spacier spaceplane is rocket engines. And I'm actually going to put them, I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm keeping it really simple. I'm going to take these guys off because I need a little bit of room. Are there smaller ones, I wonder? Those are the smallest ones, aren't they? Of course this one is different. No, those are the tilted ones. Yep. There aren't any smaller ones, I don't believe. Are those smaller? Let's see. I mean, they look cool because they're kind of tilted. Actually, I kind of like those, but those aren't smaller. These are the big ones, aren't they? No. That's the same one I just grabbed. Apparently I don't have a smaller Elevon part. That's okay. What I want to do, I actually need to add a couple things. I need to add rocket engines. So I'm actually just going to get this little cubic octo strut. I'm going to put two little cubic octo struts right like that. Cheaty as heck. Whatever. I'm going to grab these little tiny engines, these little OP engines. Do you think I could do it with these? Who's ever made a spaceplane using these? Nobody, because they're lame. Huh. Let's just go with the Rocco Maxes. Well, they're both Rocco Maxes. Let's go with the 48.7Ss. I actually put a little octo strut there, facing back. You see how it's facing back? I'm going to grab my little Rocco Max engine. These engines are OP as heck. And I'm going to put them right there. Now I've actually got some rocket engines, right? I need to put... What am I missing? I don't have oxidizer right now. I need oxidizer. I actually don't need all this fuel. What I can do is replace that fuel tank in the middle. Just completely doing spaceplane surgery here. That tank right there that we're using was this one right here. See how it only carries liquid fuel? What I actually need is a tank that carries liquid fuel and oxidizer. So I'm going to grab one of those from here. Like this. I know this one here is about the same size. And you can right click on it and see it carries liquid fuel and oxidizer. Right? We're going to put that guy there. We're going to put the engine back. We're going to put this back. The wings. Make sure, I make this mistake all the time. Don't try to fly the plane like that. It's missing a critical piece. Like, I don't know, the right wing. Intro to Spaceplanes, like I said. As it turns out, Spaceplanes should have two wings. Now Luis or somebody's going to show up. No, they don't, DOS. Here's a spaceplane that only has one wing. And I'll be like, seriously, dude? Let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got. We've got this. I'm going to put these back on here. I really don't care that they clip through that engine. Just pretend that they don't. Let's put two wings on by putting the symmetry back. Let's put our intakes back on like that. I'm not even going to worry about some of the stuff, right? Yeah, that looks good. I could probably put them one lower. Let's see. Ah, shucks, I can't. That's okay. We'll just leave them like that. Now I've got the rocket engines. The last thing I need some way for those engines to get fuel. And all I really have to do for that... Oops, I'm going to have to get up there somehow. Yeah, I need to move these up a little bit, I guess. There we go. I've got to get to the regular fuel tank here. Put a fuel line. I can actually just put it right on the rocket engine, right? That looks hideous, but it's going to fly. Intro to Spaceplanes, right? Let us see if this little plane will go to space. There's a lot of stuff we haven't even checked yet. We didn't even look at the center of mass. We didn't look at the lift. Why? Because this one's so tiny that we don't have to worry about it. I think maybe one more thing that I want to do is remove a little bit of oxidizer from it. Just like that, maybe. We don't need as much oxidizer. Remember, we need liquid fuel for the air-breathing engine, so I'll be just pull an air-breathing engine fuel right there, and then we're going to use the rest of that fuel for the actual plane. I'm not even going to worry about any of the other parts. Lift, thrust. If the plane is small enough, you can get it to space and not worry about that stuff. Let's see if this guy will go to space. I don't know. I've never built this one exactly before. He is really simple, so I hope he goes. He's missing a solar panel. Let's put a solar panel on it. Just one. Keep it simple. Oh, two. Well, I guess that looks okay. That's fine. Let's see if it'll go to space. I actually don't know. Hopefully it does. Let's just deal with it. Let's just deal with it. Launch. Clear the runway and proceed. Sigvad, get back here. We're launching this plane now. Action groups. That's what I was just thinking. That's what I was just thinking. Epic Cows, you don't need a very strong computer. If you use smaller ships, if you get into hundreds and thousands of part counts, yes, you could actually use more, but you don't have to have a completely beefy computer. That's just whenever you get more parts and that sort of stuff. Before I launch it, let me set the brakes. I'm going to check the chat, see if there's any questions, and we will get going. Alright, there was DK. Das, you're going to teach how OP those Yes I Am, Blue, yes. Those little engines, those little orange engines are OP as heck. I use them all the time. I love them. They really are OP. There's so many designs that aren't going to work anymore if they ever nerf the heck out of those engines. Calvin Kuhlman, Das, question. When in space, do you keep moving with only one push as happens in real space? Yes. If you can get into an orbit, you will stay in that orbit. Because you're falling towards the planet while you're missing the planet. You'll stay in that orbit if you can get to the orbit. That is how it works in real space. In fact, you would slow down a little bit, right? You would slow... Nice. Action groups. I'm not going to go with action groups. What I need to do here. I'm actually going to split these things up. And I'm going to do 2 stages. We'll do action groups next. I'm going to go ahead and throttle up. I'm going to SAS lock. Panel lock. SAS engage. 3, 2, 1. See how I put the jet engine first? I want the jet engine to run first, and then when I press spacebar again, these guys are going to turn on. Let's see what we've got. You put the brakes on the stream instead. Wait, what? Yeah, exactly. My Minmus landers use them exactly. Out of the what? Everybody picnic? I don't even know what that means. Who's Robaz? I don't know who Robaz is. Epic House, who is that? Who is that? That's exactly right. No. Dude, Calvin Kuhlman, you only need enough engines to get you into space. Actually, you need an engine to get you out of the atmosphere, and then a tiny engine to make you go the rest of the way into space, and then you just fly through space. Watch what happens here. I don't know if this will go, but we'll see. Panel lock, throttle up, SAS engaged. Podley Kerman. Let's see if Podley can go. We've started our engine. I haven't turned the brakes off yet. You hear it spooling up? Apparently, it has enough thrust that it can push through the brakes. Look at how much lift we have. We are already lifting off the deck. That's because this plane has very good lift to weight, which I wish was in the game. Let's do the gear. My gear are up. And my space plane will have a very simple launch profile. I'm basically going to point 45 degrees at the sky like this and just burn. I may have a problem, though. I may have a problem. Because this engine right here, a lot of people try to spam these onto their space planes, and then they wonder why their space plane doesn't go to space. Let's see what happens with this engine. Actually, watch it. See what happens with the thrust on this engine as we go higher and higher, while I drink some delicious Dr. Pepper. Can you hear it even? Let me turn the chiptunes off so we can hear the engines. The engines do give you a lot of audio feedback. There you go. What does the thrust look like? What does the engine sound like? What is going on with this little engine? I'm at 6,000 feet now. 6,000 meters, sorry. Engine doesn't sound too healthy. You hear it spooling down? Do I need to crank the game volume up? Let me crank the game volume up, just for this. I will totally crank the game volume up, because this is important. There we go. Can you hear it spooling down? It's making less and less thrust. It's down to 100 now. Now it's under 100. This engine right here, hey, there's Minmus, by the way, right out there. See it? That's Minmus at the end of the pointer. Do you see what's happening with the thrust? Do you hear the engine spooling down? When it spools down like that, it's not making as much thrust. You see how we're only going almost 500 meters per second, and we're getting less and less thrust the higher we go? That's not good. This engine right here, the basic jet engine, is not the engine that you want to be using on space planes. Look at that. It's going to flame out, and we're only going like 500 meters per second. I just want to let it flame out. See, look, even the fire is getting dimmer. It can't sustain the thrust. 40, 39, 38. It's less and less thrust the higher we go. And the problem is, we're still accelerating, right? But we're only going 500. I need this number to be 1500, not 500 when I get up here. And this engine is just not cutting it for us. It apparently still has intake air. I was hoping it would flame out sooner than that. It's like, there it flamed out. See, it said it flamed out right now. Now I can launch these engines. Let's back off of it some. I know they're loud. Kerbal Engineer, wish my Apo apps 34. I don't think this guy's... That's weird. Oh, the other engine's engaged. Yeah, that's okay. Hello, Minmus. These engines are really loud now, aren't they? There we go. Now you can hear me. I wanted you to listen to the jet engines, though. That jet engine, this space, I could, because these engines are so OP, I bet you I could get this into space. I'm not going to spend the time doing it because this is not what we want to do. Let's go back. See, I've still got... Okay, engine. Thanks for turning back on with your 1.5 newtons of thrust. I guess the pilot blew into the engine and it relit. Interesting. Anyways, I think that I could get this plane into space just because these engines are so OP. Let's not do that, though. Let's go back and put the proper engine on it in the spaceplane hangar and then do another launch. Vulgar Almighty. Well, DOS died. I did? What do you mean? The ISP is going up. That's because it wasn't actually using any fuel. It couldn't use any fuel. What I was trying to do was demonstrate that that engine right there is not the right one. Go over to the engine tab. I did turn off the chip tunes because we're going to be listening to these jet engines. Go to the engine tab. Do you see this one, the turbojet engine? Look at the differences between them. This one right here, ISP, 2,000 at sea level, 1,000 in vacuum. Basically, the less altitude, the less atmosphere you get, the less efficient it is. Also, this one, the higher you go, the less thrust that it makes. These engines have a thrust curve that's not displayed in KSP. In this one, the higher it goes, the less thrust it makes. Like you were seeing the thrust drop down to 40, 30, 20. Right? This engine, the turbojet engine, look at its ASL. It's got a lot worse efficiency at sea level. Only 800 versus 2,000 for this one. But when it gets up high, it's got more. The thrust curve on this one, the thrust actually increases the higher and faster we go. So, if you're building a spaceplane, don't use these basic jet engines. Use the turbojet engines. Let's take that thing off. Let's put the correct engine on. If it'll let me. There we go. That engine even looks more serious, right? The last thing, wow, it's so quiet without the chiptunes here. There we go. Alright. The last thing, let's talk about action groups. This is a very simple thing. A very simple thing with the spaceplanes. But I'm going to go ahead and set these engines up in two different action groups. With spaceplanes, typically instead of using the spacebar to activate the engines, you use action groups. And here's how that works. You go to action groups. You click on this up here. You click on the action, the number you want. Custom 01, that maps to 1 on the keypad. Not on the keypad. 1 on the number keys. Not on the number keys. 1 on the keyboard. Just press the number 1 on your keyboard. Action group 2, that happens when you press 2. That happens when you press 3. That happens when you press 4. Blah, 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 right? A lot of people don't get that. Don't leave it on stage. That's spacebar. Every time you hit spacebar, that action group will happen. What you want to do, click on custom 1. Come over here. Click on the engine. Do you see how it turns blue? And say activate engine. Right? Click on these guys. Do you see how they both turned blue? And click on deactivate engine. Where is that at? Shutdown engine. There we go. My first mode of flight is going to be having the jet engine running, but the rocket engine's not running. My second mode of flight for this one will be to have the jet engine running and the rocket engines running. So I do activate and activate. See how that does all three? And because we put these little Rockomaxes on with symmetry, clicking on one of them actually highlights both, and putting it over here one time will handle that. Let's see what else we have. We've got Action Group 3. The third stage of flight will be this engine shut down, rocket engines turned on. That's what I want those to look like. I'm just going to go with that for now. I'm going to keep it super simple. I can say space plane with a period at the end of it. Save it, and let's launch this little tiny space plane, right? Save it, launch it. And let us see how this engine works. Volgar the Almighty, yeah, you got it. You got it. We did want to use the other engine. I was trying to demonstrate that that engine was not great. This engine actually weighs a little bit more, but let us see how the thrust performs. Throttle up, panel lock, SAS engaged, 3, 2, 1. I'm not going to press spacebar. I'm going to press 1 on my keyboard. and that will activate my engine. Chip tune's off again so we can hear this. You hear it spool up? Look, the more it spools up, the higher pitch the noise, the more thrust it's making. That's what that means. There it's already taking off, so I can do my gear. Watch the thrust this time. Watch what happens with the thrust. I'm going to pull up to my 45-degree angle, just like that, and let's see what happens. Yeah, this apparently chat's not working very well tonight. I've seen Twitch issues all day. I've seen all sorts of stuff happening all day, and I don't know what the deal with that is. I saw all sorts of things on Twitch support saying the chat wasn't working, blah, 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 blah. But I do see that. I definitely do see that. That's probably why it's so quiet in here. Chat is like busted today. There we go. And what I'm going to do with this space plane, look at what's happening. Do you see my impulse going up? Do you see my thrust going up? The higher I go with this engine, the more thrust it actually makes. Look, my speed is increasing. What I want to do, I want to keep going up at this 45-degree angle, just like I'm doing. Type something in the browser that never showed up in the IRC client. I just typed ping, I saw that over there. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on there. But we are just flying up, and we're going to keep going up. Wow, look at that. At this 45-degree angle, until I get to about a 15-kilometer height. And I'm actually going to level it off a little bit. Do you hear that engine spooling up? It's making more and more thrust. Look at the thrust going through the roof now. I just want to level it off right here and point at the 10 degrees. I need this number to go way high. I need it to go way high. We are definitely, I probably could have leveled it off a little bit sooner. Look at that, we're getting re-entry effects. We're going so fast with this little engine. Look at the difference between those engines, right? We're going so fast with this engine. Now it's starting to throttle down. When it starts to lose thrust like that, 12. Look at that. I think we'd actually make 1500 because there's 13, 14. When it hits 1500, I'm going to go to mode 2. I'm going to hit 2 on the number pad. It's not the number pad, DOS. That's loud. That is definitely loud. Let me turn it down a little bit. There we go. Now I have 2. You see I'm still increasing? I'm still getting thrust out of that engine. Don't ditch it yet. I'm still getting thrust out of that engine. Look at my apoapse as well. You see how it's already up to 50? We're going. I still have thrust out of that engine. Don't get rid of it. Right now it's providing as much thrust as these two guys. And when my apoapse gets up to... Wait. X, please. Apparently 100. Because I'm still getting thrust out of this engine. 95. Oh, just shut down. Let's go ahead and do mode 3. There we go. Now it's off. So I'm still in the atmosphere, but I've got that high atmoapse. I can just turn the engines off. This plane right here is definitely going to space. You come over here. You find your apoapse. Can you find the apoapse? The clouds. Wow, the clouds really get on my nerves because it makes it hard to see the apoapse sometimes. Click on the apoapse. Add maneuver. Just pull prograde on it, right? Like that right there until I get a periapse, then wait for it to flip. Just like we always do. 84 by 91. That's an orbit. We'll clean it up later. And now all I need to do is be in mode 3, right? Mode 3 just has these little engines active. And whenever I get to this burn, I just need to do this burn. Let's see what else we've got going on here. I need to point down at that. We got so much speed from the engines while we were in the atmosphere, we only have 235 to burn. Remember when I normally do rockets, it circularizes, and it's like 1,000 meters per second, 800 meters per second, something like that? This little guy got so much speed from the atmosphere that it is good to go. We don't have very much of a circularization burn. Anyways, it's a 23-second burn. Coming up in 3 minutes, 20 seconds. That means I need to do 12 seconds. Half of 23, half of 24 is 12. So when I get down to 12 seconds, I need to do this burn. And then we will, come on. Then we will be in orbit. Am I above 70 yet? Yeah, now I can do real-time warp. While you're still in the atmosphere, you can only do fake time warp, right? The slow time warp. And after you get above 70, you can go into a bit of a faster time warp. So there's 50, 40, 30, 20. There's 18, 17. All right. And all I need to do with both my little rocket engines, right? That was mode 3. I hit mode 3. All I need to do is burn right now because I missed it. And that will do this burn for us. And after that, we are actually in space in our little tiny trainer space plane here. There we go. That's an orbit. That is an orbit. I have a feeling that chat is not working or something because I'm typing stuff into chat and it's not actually working for some reason. I don't actually ever see it come in. Can people type some stuff into chat and see if it's coming through? I'm trying to type it into my IRC client and it works. But I never see it actually appear in the web browser. There's like nothing appearing over here. Chat is definitely broke. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Well, we might as well turn on some chiptunes. See, that time it came through. Yeah, chat isn't working. Like Ren Phoenix just said something over here, but it didn't appear in my IRC client. And I just tried to type some stuff in my IRC client that never appeared over here. Huh. Twitch is on the fritz tonight, apparently. Twitch is definitely on the fritz. But are there any... How can I ask for questions if chat is not working? I don't even actually know what to do with that, right? I have no clue how to ask for questions. Snuggly Squid, anybody else? Is there anybody else who can type stuff into chat for me and tell me if things are working or not working? Let me turn the chiptunes back on. There we go. There we go. Turn it down to my ears a little bit. It's not the same stream without the chat working. It is absolutely not the same stream without the chat working. I'm like, just sitting here and nothing's going on. Yeah, look at that. Typing stuff. Okay, Nestorus, I got your stuff there in my IRC client and over here. Test chat. Test message. Miller thank you. I just typed something into my IRC client and it never appeared over here. It never, I just typed a bunch of stuff in and it didn't appear. Miller worked. Guys, are y'all using the web chat? Are you using the actual web page chat or using a different client? I don't know. I do not know what's going on. Anyways, it's like not the same stream. Without the chat going on and without being able to answer questions, this must be how all the other streams are. Boring. Let us see here. What is that? I don't even know what that means. Huh. When I'm using the direct, you're using the chat directly to the right of the stream on Twitch TV. Okay, on actual Twitch TV. That is weird. I do not understand what's going on, but the chat is definitely broken. The chat is definitely broken. That makes no sense at all. I wonder. Why didn't I get a notification that... I didn't get the notification that DK started streaming either. What the heck? Chat is Fubar. You're using... Okay, dude. Tyranniselu. Wait. Tyranniselsu. Huh. That's a problem. Yeah, wait. Finra, web page chat. My IRC client just failed to log in. Using the chat. Okay, you're using the chat directly over there. I have no clue what's going on. I have absolutely no clue what's going on. Isn't going through to his IRC, but yours is. Yeah. The author of the excellent... Wait. Oh, wait, really? Wait, are you kidding me? Tyrannus Elsu. Tyrannus Elsu. Dude, Tyrannus Elsu. You are the TAC live support person? Really? Really? I did not know that. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I'm Das Valdez. We're trying to do Kerbal Space Academy, but Kerbal Space Academy relies on the chat working. It absolutely relies on the chat working. And I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know why we're not actually getting anything. Vinny Cordiero, thank you for the follow. Time Cantrell, or Tim Cantrell. Tim E. Cantrell, maybe. Thank you for the follow. Nick Stone, thank you for the follow. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy, which is very hard to do with chat not working. Tyrannus Elsu. Tyrannus Elsu. Dude, thank you, Tyrannus. I need to get some of your mods installed so that I can play around with them. I definitely need to get some of the mods installed. Twitch support. Does Twitch support say something's going on with chats? Shite should be returning to normal. Yeah, I'll buy that whenever I buy that. Working on the issue. Potential bugs. Website loading issues. This is from a while ago, though. That's all from yesterday. They haven't tweeted anything out today. But the chat is definitely not working. Yeah. We must communicate with him by following in Morse code. Look at it, should come back soon. Well, Simerizer, that's from yesterday, I think. The dates on those are from the 22nd, which is yesterday. Today's the 23rd. Huh. Anyways. Excuse me. Here is what I want to do. What was that? Dosh, you could try popping out the chat from your stream. Actually, Gene, that's how I always run it. It's always popped out into a separate window that I have with OBS capture, right? So I've got it in a separate window with an OBS window capture, and then I do a subregion. So I do already have it popped out, and it's just not, we're like barely getting any chat messages, which is weird. Anyways, now what we need to do. I did say that I wanted to go and I wanted to raid KSP TV. Adel, take it easy, man. Here's what my plan is, right? DK just started streaming. For some reason, I didn't get a pop-up notification saying he was streaming, so I don't know what's going on. Twitch is definitely on the fritz this evening. Is my voice matching my video? Am I getting delays on that? I don't even know. But I want to do a raid. Chat. Oh, there, chat. I got you that time, Taxos. I saw you that time. The app isn't working for you at all. Now you got the stream, but can I chat? Yeah, okay, that worked. Now you got the stream, but you can cat. What is going on? Huh. Yeah, good luck raiding with the chat down. I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna do it. Dropped another 2 of the messages, Tyrannus. What the heck? My lips match my face noise. My video's fine. Alright, thanks, Tyrannus. Guys, try to do this. Try to do this. Let me show you something. Here, let me go over and do this stream. Try this and see if you can get the chat working. If your chat's not working, a lot of people are saying they're trying to type stuff in chat and it's never appearing. Try this. Let me go monitor capture. Infinite DOS! That's my favorite thing to do on any given day. What I want you to do is go, this is Twitch support, Kerbal Space Program. Let me open up my own channel here. And I'm going to pause my stream. Let me bring my chat out. And what you can actually do, try this. If your chat's not working, try this. Try this. Back to working for, nice. Click down here on the little gear. Can you see that, or is that behind my head? Let me see. Oh, I can't actually see it because here, let me make sure it's not behind my head. Like that. You see this little gear down here? You can actually click there and there should be a thing that says pop out. Mine is different because I use better Twitch TV, but you'll have a pop out option on default Twitch. Click on pop out and that'll pop the chat into a new window. See if that helps you out. If you're trying to type things in chat and it's not coming through, it's never appearing, whatever's going on, try to pop it out and see if that helps things. I don't know. I don't have any clue what's going on with Twitch. It's like we're getting mass parts too. Like all of a sudden, like 50 people will part and then 30 people will join and then 50 people will part. Twitch is like dead. You had 2 offline bouts. Yeah, I keep seeing, like in my RC client, I can see joining parts from the channel. And what's happening, it's like 50 people will drop from the channel and then the next second 30 people will come back into the channel. So I have no clue what's going on. You looked on KSP TV and it looks like DK hasn't strictly started. Test popped out chat version. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, okay, look at all the people chatting now. My chat's been trying to connect for ages. Now chat just burst into life and I got every messages all at once. You couldn't even log in for 10 minutes. Wow. Ravioli, I didn't say that. Somebody else. Who said to pop out the chat? Somebody else said to pop out the chat. I don't have the scroll back in this window, I guess. Yeah, that wasn't my idea. That was somebody in the channel's idea and I totally missed it. Gene SW, I can hear you. I think it was Gene that said to have him pop out, right? Anyways, if you missed that, we could actually take this plane back into space. What did you miss? Guys, tell me in chat what you missed, because tons of stuff was not working. I was seeing like mass joins and parts. I was seeing people with messages that would appear on one but not appear in the other. Apparently all sorts of people are saying stuff. Here, like, look at this. That just happened like freaking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, whatever. 9, 10 people, something like that. Just joined all at once. But those were people that were already here talking. Twitch is on the fritz tonight, y'all. Can see everyone's chat on the screen, but nothing on the mobile app. So when is the raid? Snuggly's good. Let's get the chat stuff worked out, and then we're gonna go and say hi to DK. I'm gonna launch this guy again. I'm gonna go a little bit more. What's up, Thader? It worked. I'm gonna go a little bit more into detail on this craft. You can't load any streams now. It is just not a night for Twitch, it looks like. Got my chat back finally. Took 17 minutes. What the heck? That's nuts. Retest. Rabbit of Dogs, we got you, man. We got you. Let me stop streaming my Infinite DOS desktop. I love that. That makes my day. Here's this. Oh, you missed the comment about the blatant product. Dude, Tyrannus, you want blatant product placement? Let me show you blatant blah, blah, blah. I can't even talk. Chat's not working. DOS can't talk. Twitch is just, wheels are falling off the wagon tonight. You want blatant product placement? I've got your blatant product placement right here, buddy. let me show you how we blatantly place products. And maybe what I should do is actually turn this so that the logo's up. I think I need to do it a little bit more. Yeah, that looks better from that. That right there is what blatant product placement looks like. Put the plane back together right quick. There we go. Solar panels. That Dr. Pepper logo. That's blatant product placement. Put some air intakes. We don't want to be messing with our DP though. Let's actually put these on the bottom. Is there some place I can put these that they won't block the logo? That is blatant product placement right there. Dr. Pepper, where are you? I need sponsors. That would be awesome. Either sponsors, it's going to go one of two ways. Either sponsors or cease and desists. There we go right there. That is good to go. Excellent. The plane is remade, but now it's made with the Dr. Pepper fuel tank. This will be the space plane not sponsored by DP. Save. What did you miss? Tell me in chat what you missed, because there was all sorts of chat problems. There were stream problems. Let me know what was going on. Let me know what you were missing. This is just like the IRC where servers split off from one another's. Weird. Hail Rider's back. Just taken me an age to even log back into Twitch, let alone have anything else work. Cybertech. Twitch is doing maintenance. They did that earlier this morning or something like that. Chat is slowly coming back. IRC is working again. Lots of joins coming back in. Excuse my voice. Yelling at kindergartners. Accidentally deleted Kerbal Engineer without realizing. Dude, Ace McBin, you can totally get Kerbal Engineer from the Cybertech link. Here, I'll grab you one. Cybertech. Right like that. There's the Cybertech link. The first link right there is his download, I believe. Is it actually? I think it is. I didn't make this one. Yeah. That's the download to Kerbal Engineer. The other two are donation links if you want to toss him some support. Chat is still spotty. Works sometimes, not others. Missed pretty much everything past... Look at all the joins coming in again. Dang. Vegetable, Moltar, Decky, Metal Militia. Hear about the discussion with the runway being perfectly flat. Really? Camel of Death just got... Wow. Twitch just took a major dump, y'all. Cake, carrot, cheese care. I don't even know what that means. Nice, dude. The Magic Sausage, I guess your name is, dude. The Magic Sausage. Guys, I'll take this out. I'll launch it again. I will take it into space again. Maybe I could just put these on the wings. That would probably be better. Right? That looks better. Solar panels out on the wings. We could also put some on the bottom of the wings like this. Pretty. Reading my chat, getting caught up. Twitch just took a major boot out, man. Rolo just got it booted again. Everybody was getting boot. I was seeing like massive like disconnects all of a sudden and then like massive reconnects. Let me see what we've got here. Alright, we've got that. Dude, Broenner, Vinny Cordiero, I think I got you earlier. Yeah, and Glubo the Mad. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. We're talking about the basics of space planes. We're talking... people, wow, mash joins and parts again. Jeez, oh Pete. Anyways, blatant product placement here. This is the Dr. Pepper space plane. Ay, that's rough. That is absolutely rough. He goes cheesecake on the bottom, middle with carrot cake in the middle. What? I don't know if that's good or terrible. It was really uncomfortable. Dude, I was sitting here, and I was like, why it was so quiet? It happened right when I got transcoding. So I got transcoding too. Really? Really? Game & Rex, what wing am I using? This wing is... I believe it's the Structural Wing Type A. Yeah, it's the Structural Wing Type A, right like that. Structural Wing Type A. This one right here, Type A. Not the little wing straight, not the little skinny wing. And not the Structural Wing Type B that goes like that. I'm using the Structural Wing Type A. Type D. Wow, that's a little tiny wing. I didn't even know those existed. Type B. How many types are there? Oh, that looks hilarious. What does this one do? Swept Wing Type A. Jeez. Alright. You see the chat again, but can I contribute? CHG Rogers, yes. Something like IRC's net splits. Game & Rex, it was the type... Structural Wing Type A was what I was using. Let me see if I missed any other questions. I'll take this out. I launch it again because it looks like a ton of people. Dude, what? Das, I had to refollow you tonight, but I saw you on my following list. Can I see this? Yes, Fire Zones 205. I can see that. I saw your chat message, man. Type A. There you go, Brown Coat Captain. Good name, by the way. Add a line to your Twitch plane saying that any product placement is... I doubt they'd send a C&D for free advertisement that clears you from them. Alright, Fenrir, I'll do that. I'll do that. Add a line. Like over here, I'll put not affiliated with Dr. Pepper on the side of the tank. I'll do that. I'll do that. Let me see here. Twitch is eating your messages. We're still having problems with chat. Is everybody in the stream, though? Well, how can you communicate with you? You can't actually tell me if you're in the stream, if the chat's not working. There's Raviolio coming back. This is just a mess on Twitch tonight. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep pushing through it. Twitch is still... No, Twitch has been... Dude, Shimmy, it was doing like mass drops. The video was stopping. I got encoders, and then nobody could actually reconnect. The video wouldn't come back online after I got encoders. It has been an absolute mess here for the Dr. Pepper Spaceplane. With all this talking, I'm going to need to get up and go get another drink right quick. Is KSP TV going now? Faceball, I do over Rover bills. I'll do Rovers next week. I'll do a session on Rovers next week. Advice about the plane and the Daily Kerbal launching a 6-pack of Dr. Pepper. Das is on the Daily Kerbal launching. Really, dude? Raider Goo, that's awesome. It keeps telling you you've been mentioned? I'm not talking about you AT pistols for pandas. I'm not mentioning you at all. I mean, I could, but I don't think it's paying attention to me. Let me go grab a drink right quick. I've already gone, all the stress of this not working, I've already gone through one Dr. Pepper. Oh, wait. What is this? That's hilarious. Twitchstatus.com, homer.gif. Dude, Cybertech, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh, guys, let me go grab a Dr. Pepper. Twitch is foobar tonight, though. Twitch is foobar. I'm going to take this to space again. It looks like a whole lot of people, because as I was going to space, I got encoders, and then nobody could actually continue. Nobody could reconnect after we got encoders, which is, I guess that kind of broke the encoders for tonight. What is that? All right, that's Twitch TV settings. Here's Twitch support. Here's me. Let me reload this page. I'm going to go grab me a Dr. Pepper. We're going to take the Spain into place. We're going to take this plane into space, or this...
What you're seeing is advanced warfare.
Yeah, that's great. All right, there we go. We've got encoders. We've got 135 people who are hanging in there to try and get this space plane launched. Let me go grab a Dr. Pepper, and I am going to launch this into space. Space planes, intro to space planes tonight. Very basic space planes, talking about the basics of space planes. And Dr. Pepper. Let me go get one of those. Get this Spain into place. I'm gonna take this Spain to place. This place to Spain. The reins and... Get out of my channel then, Ace McBean. We don't allow your kind here. Poke guy. Seriously, dude? Seriously? Spaceplane, not sponsored by Dr. Pepper. Save. Launch. Although I love me some Dr. Pepper, don't get me wrong. Seriously? I should wash that one off before I got it. It is just one of those nights on Twitch, y'all. Everybody that's been hanging out through the issues, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Pale Rider. Twitch support said they're investigating. Oh, yeah, right. Thanks. I don't care if they're investigating them or not. I expect that to happen. What I want is for them to be resolved. Right? That looks a lot better. Hopefully these aren't like, you know... Alright, good deal. Guys, everybody that's been hanging in through the problems, I appreciate y'all. I do appreciate y'all. We're going to get this into space one more time. We're going to go do a KSP TV raid. And I am going to build a little bit more complicated space plane after we raid KSP TV. Those are like on totally backwards. Look at that. I don't even know if that's going to work. I don't even care, honestly. Let's see if it's going to work. Put intakes on the wings, not to hide. I don't even know if that's going to work. Yeah, right. Thanks for investigating it. Here we go. Throttle up, Z. Panel lock. Click up there. SAS engage. Press T. Rolling down the runway at 1.2 meters per second. That's hilarious. Press 1 to fire the engine. And that is our main turbojet engine. Drink. Pretty easy takeoff, right? There we go. So step 1 with this plane right here. Nose it up to 90 degrees. That's actually 45 degrees. Wow, did I get the balance off or something? I must have moved things around because my balance is not correct. We'll be okay, though. Do I read you, DJ Nuke? I read you, I read you, I read you. Where's your spaceplane Kerr HUD over a pop-out window? I'm working on it, I'm working on it. Ah, and I saw a question in there. I saw it in there. Ah, excellent. I did see a question. I'll come back to that question. I will come back to that question. But what I'm doing for this launch, for the Dr. Pepper, not sponsored by Dr. Pepper spaceplane here, right? What I am going to do is get this into space, then I'm going to take it on back and see if I can. Is this alright? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're good. See if we can talk about some of the different things. Excuse me. Going up at a 45-degree angle. Wow, I've got a ton of messages. Probably people telling me that they couldn't get in and chat wasn't working and that sort of stuff, I betcha. Yeah, everybody. Wow. Chat broken. Chat's not working. Can't get into chat. DOS, your stream's not working. I got like 10 messages from people. That's awesome. What I'm going to do, I'm going to keep going up until I get to about, let's say, 10 this time. And then I'm going to point at a different angle. I'm going to go ahead and point at like, that's about 20 degrees, I think. So now I'm going at a 20-degree angle. Remember this engine? The thrust actually increases the faster and higher we go. This turbojet engine that we switched out, we got rid of the basic jet engine. We're now in the turbojet engine. We get more thrust the faster and higher we go. Look at my speed increasing. Look at my thrust increasing. Look at the flames coming off this Dr. Pepper tank. This turbojet engine is what you want for going to space like this. I wonder if those intakes are going to be more effective because they're on the bottom. And we just keep on going like this at about a 20-degree angle until we start to hear the engine spool down. Do you hear the engine spooling down? When the engines start to spool down, kind of point into your orbit. I want this to get up to 15. I'm at 13 right now. I'm at 14 now. Do I hear 15? I've almost got to 15. And when I get to 15, I'm going to press 2 on the keyboard. What was that? That was weird. Why did only one of them fire? Oh well. There we go. I've got to check the action groups. Apparently when I rebuilt the plane I had a problem. But now I've got all 3 things going. Am I still getting thrust out of it? Nope. It's flame out. That's okay. I'm just going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep lighting these engines and burning the little rocket engines. We can actually use mode... What is wrong with this thing? The action groups went wonky whenever I rebuilt it in the VAB. I'm just going to keep flying this. I'll fix it before I upload it. I'm going to keep flying this straight into my prograde like this until this apoapse here gets up to like 80 or something like that. Will be fine. Yeah, the action groups. I did, but I put it back on in symmetry. You only get the action group from the wing you actually put back on. Yeah, that's annoying. So annoying, so annoying. Too much drinking Dr. Pepper, not stopping when my apoapse was 80. But from here on out, this is exactly the same. You can actually come over here, put a node right there, pull it until you get an orbit. That's a bit too much of an orbit. Pull it on back. That's 92, that's fine. Now we can burn this node. It's going to be a 13-second burn. And when we do this 13-second burn, we will be in orbit with our Dr. Pepper tank. Let me go ahead and fast forward here, but as long as you're in the atmosphere, under 70, right? As long as you're under 70, you've only got 4x time warp, the actual physics warp. You don't actually get it until you go above 70, turn your time warp off, turn it back on, and go ahead and fast forward until you get down to 7 seconds, it looks like. 2, 1, there we go. I'm really heating this one. You're not even kidding. Trading Dr. Pepper for apoapse. Right now I'm trading Dr. Pepper for orbit, actually. Trading Dr. Pepper for orbit. Juju, yes, absolutely. Question, thank you for putting question in there, dude, and welcome to the stream, Jujub. Absolutely, I'll be uploading the version that doesn't have the Dr. Pepper tank. I'll upload the version that has the normal tank. Let me go ahead and do the burn. It's not... Yes! Full throttle in chat! Ay, ay, ay. And after I get this burn done, there we go. Good to go. Dr. Pepper's in orbit. That right there. Screenshot mode. Print that screen, send it to Dr. Pepper. I'll tweet it at Dr. Pepper later. Is Dr. Pepper sponsoring me? No. The name of this plane is... Let me see. Oh, I gotta turn this on. The name of the plane is actually the Spaceplane, not sponsored by Dr. Pepper. Ah, yes. The Spaceplane that's not sponsored by Dr. Pepper. I just drink... I love Dr. Pepper. I'm from Texas. I love Dr. Pepper. I used to get Dublin Dr. Pepper. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Let me scroll back. Let me read the chat. Yeah, full throttle. Z is confirmed. Everybody says Z. Praise Z. Yes, Z. Everyone hide your gliders. You need some ad monies too. Curse you and your message-eating Twitch. Dude, Joel Flake. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. I'm Das Valdez. We're doing Intro to Spaceplanes. Very basic, very, very, very basic spaceplanes tonight. Very basic spaceplanes. Let me do this. Twitch is all screwed up, guys. Twitch is just burned tonight, man. Twitch is just burned. Let me see, let me see. Said they're investigating the issue. Was going to say put the intakes on the wings. Get out of my chat. Ace McBean, I think he was saying, about to go. Yeah, Coke rules and I use MEPJEB. Banned from my channel for... Hang on a second, hang on. Hang on a second. Where was that? Where was that guy? That Ace McBean guy. See a DOS, Coke rules. Is there like a timeout? Permanent ban? Should I do that with this Coke rules nonsense? I should click. Chat, should I click this or not? Should I click Ace McBeam? I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. And MEPJEB. Jeez. Yes, T-Game. That is for simplicity. That is for simplicity. Nikium, I got you. 1, 1, 1, Nikium. 1, 1, 1. That's the safe word. Let me see, let me see, let me see. Cherry Neater. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. We're doing Intro to Spaceplanes. Very, very, very basic spaceplanes. Alright, we got that. I removed the part. I need to fix that. Das, when you pull the wings off, you only get the action group on the wing. Yep, okay, yeah, I gotcha. Trading Dr. Pepper for Apo Apps. Yes, sir, I am, Gene. Actually, good while hot. I tell you what. One time I went backpacking. I went backpacking for 5 days, right? Out in the wilderness for 5 days. And with me, I carried one luxury item. You can guess what my one luxury item that I carried in my backpack was. It was a can of Dr. Pepper. I carried that for 5 days in my backpack. You usually don't carry canned sodas when you go backpacking for 5 days. But I carried that Dr. Pepper for 5 freaking days. And at the end, I opened the Dr. Pepper. It was hot. It was not cold. It was not anything else. It was hot. And it was the most delicious thing I have ever had after 5 days of backpacking in West Texas. That one Dr. Pepper. I didn't want to drink it at the beginning. That would have been smart because then I wouldn't have to carry the weight, right? But I drank it. And that is what we were going on with. That was my one luxury item. EVA backpacking. No, not EVA backpacking. Whoa, Corpus Christi. That's where I'm from. Hang on. Dr. Pepper's not sponsoring me. We got that one. Juju, I'm going to upload this. Arolo. It is, dude, sometimes Dr. Pepper is delicious even when hot because it's the one luxury item you have. Das is Dr. Pepper sponsor. No, it's not. Give us the Dr. Pepper one because you need ad monies. They're not giving me ad money. I don't even get free Dr. Pepper. Yeah, T-Game, you're right. The orbital insertion is aggressive. It's just so that people can get a space plane. This plane is way OP, right? It just carries one guy into space. No docking ports, no anything else. It's just simplicity's sake. That is why we did that. Das, are we going to DDoS KSP TV? Yes, we're going to do that in just a second. Das, where from Texas are you? Where in Texas am I from? I'm actually from Corpus Christi. Really close to Corpus Christi. I was on the outskirts of Corpus Christi, honestly. Which is down south on the beach. Maybe it's a great place to visit once. The beach is not great, especially recently. We've had nothing but seaweed. I don't live there anymore, but there was so much seaweed this year. We'll get him to the dark side soon. Yeah, right. We'll ban him from the channel. Joel Flake, Das, when I was growing up, I spent all of my elementary and some of my junior high years in Corpus Christi. It is a small world. If you don't mind telling me, where did you go to high school, Joel Flake? I went to Cal Allen. Outside. I wasn't in Corpus, right? I went to Cal Allen, though. And I was there in, like, 98 when I graduated. Tell me where you went. You probably went to King or something downtown, right? That's where everybody went when they say they were from Corpus Christi. It's Diet DP and Mentos. Raid Dr. Pepper's Twitter to get a sponsorship. Dude, Popo, you're not even kidding. GTA Boss, that's you. What do you mean that's you? D-Templar, repeating your earlier cue, which doesn't get highlighted. When I'm building a spaceplane, I find myself drifting to the left or right during takeoff. What construction error could be causing that? Superior Senior High School, Superior, Wisconsin. Oh, but sorry, in Corpus Christi, when you went to middle school, I guess. Where'd you go to middle school, I should have asked. Look at all... Wow, Twitch is just on the fritz tonight. You're not even from America. Let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got. We've got that. We've got that. We've got that. Too much force on the wheels. There's a couple different things. There's a couple different things I need to debug. Let me go back down to the spaceplane hangar again. I'm going to revert flight back to the spaceplane hangar, and we'll see a couple different things that can make craft go. The number one thing that makes craft veer to the side is that they are too big. Too big. Here's another problem that can occur. This plane is not really going to be the best plane to demonstrate this with, but a problem that you can have whenever you're doing space planes is that your wings... Can I do this? Alright, none of those work. Your wings may actually... There we go. Be flexing. So I've seen this. I know this is outlandish to put these things here. But if your wings are like this, and you've got gear way out on the wings, the weight of the craft in the middle can actually push down. And even though here in the VAB, remember how we like to make sure... I had it attached to that. That's hilarious. Remember how I said that you need your gear to be straight? Do you see how I have that gear lined up with the line, the frame of the windows in the back, and you see how they're straight? You want your gear to be straight. However, when I get out to the runway, if I launch this guy like this, we can actually see that the plane is going to tilt in a little bit. There's not a lot of weight in the Dr. Pepper tank. It's not the greatest plane to demonstrate this with, but I'm just trying to show you the concept here. Yeah, it's a little bit too rigid. But what can happen, this plane needs a lot more weight in the middle. What can actually happen is because these wings are bending, because the weight of the plane in the middle is kind of bending them down and the gear out like that, they can make them actually become not straight, which may make you not go straight down the runway. Dude, welcome late. Welcome late GTA boss in Web 10001. Some sort of binary reference there. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. I'm doing basic space planes, intro to space planes here. There was a donation. Who was that? Where's Fukuda, dude? Dude, Fukuda! Thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate you. When you type your name in, choose one. Either Furious Fukuda with a space or Furious Fukuda without a space. Because I've got a program that aggregates all the donations together. And if you scroll down, you can see what donation tier you've made it to. And yours keeps coming out as two different names because one has a space and one doesn't have a space. But I do appreciate you, Fukuda. You are like a regular with the donations, and I do totally appreciate the $5 donation. That's the same I would get from being subscribed to Twitch for 2 months. $2.50 a month times 2 months. I really do appreciate it. We're answering the plane wings. We're answering the plane wings. This is one thing that could happen if your plane is a lot bigger in the middle. The solution for it. Let's go back to the space plane hangar and fix it. Dude, Fukuda, you're awesome. By the way, you're awesome. The solution for that is either to move your gear closer in, to put them on more structural segments, so wings that don't have a lot of joints between there and there, or try to use some struts. And it doesn't really look right, but you can totally do struts to try and keep the wings straight, like the Wright brothers or whatever, the old Sopwith camels, that sort of stuff. You can try to do that. Another reason you may be turning going down the runway, let's take all this nonsense off. Dude, Fukuda, thank you so much again. Let's put the wing, there we go. Alright, that's good. Get these stupid looking wings off. What I actually wanted to do was something like this. Excuse me. Something tells me that that won't work, which is a little bit annoying. Learning the flight stick and throttle is slow going. Nice. Let's see if I can't tuck these in. Y'all know how it goes. That actually doesn't look bad, honestly. But the problem is the fuel lines aren't going to connect that way. Let's go from like way up here down to the engines. Oops, that didn't work. And that didn't work either. Snotlar was another one. Who was that, dude? Taxaws! Again, Taxaws with the $5 donation, dude. Thank you. We're just doing intro to space planes, man. But that is... You and Fukuda are like total regulars, man. You buy me like a beer a day, and I appreciate that. It's like we're going out and we're hanging out, and every day you like buy me a beer. I do appreciate it, guys. You guys are absolute regulars, and I will update the stream again tonight, and I will update the donation levels down at the bottom. And if you get bumped up to the next level, I'll let you know. It'll be right down the stream, guys. But I do really appreciate the support. I absolutely appreciate it. I'm trying to get these fuel lines fixed. I've just been tossing this space plane together, right? Let's see if we can't go a little bit further back and come a little bit further out. That looks like it'll work. And we've got those things. Let's move it forward a little bit. Like that. Dude, Texas and Furious Fukuda, you guys are awesome. That looks not quite legitimate, but what can you do? Honestly, this is really one of the reasons I didn't get into Spaceplanes until this. A beer a day keeps the Kraken away. Dude, Fukuda, you're not even kidding. Luis Piloto, you're not kidding either. You're not kidding either. Guys, Fukuda and Taxos, thanks for the beers, the donations, the subscriptions, whatever we want to call them, man. I do appreciate you guys. Fix the action groups. Yes. Yes, fix the action groups. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me go back and fix these action groups. Custom 01. Activate. Yeah, but we've got to shut down those. So now we've got to do those and do shutdown engine. Action group do is activate. I'm just removing them. And these guys activate. There we go. Activate, activate. And then the last group, 3, is actually not toggle. 3 is activate and shut down the turbojet. I know I just redid it all from scratch. That's okay. That should actually be a little bit better there. That should be a little bit better. Shall we call the donations beer tokens? Dudes, beer scriptions. Nice. What's up, Rubik Cardinal? Or Ruby Cardinal? How's it going? Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. We're doing basic space planes. Another thing that can happen with your plane veering when you go down the runway is that the lift can actually lift up the back of the plane before it lifts up the front of the plane. If you've got the lift, the center of lift, let's look at it. Let's look at it. If you've got that center of lift too far back, there's our problem right there. If you've got the center of lift too far back from the center of thrust, the lift can actually, that's breaking the logo up though. That's not good. That's definitely not good. Is there anything I can do? I don't want the logo to get clipped. There we go. If you've got the center of lift too far back, mine is actually way too far forward. Tell me that keeps the action groups. There we go. That looks good enough. If you've got the center of lift too far forward, or sorry, too far backwards, it can actually lift up the rear of the plane while the front of the plane stays on the ground, and that's only a single wheel. And when you have a single wheel on the ground, it's called a wheelbarrow effect, and it makes you go down the runway like a wheelbarrow. It's really hard to keep a wheelbarrow going straight, right, because it's only one wheel. And if it tilts, it turns, and all that sort of stuff. Same sort of concept here. If the lift is too far back and it picks up the rear wheels before it picks up the front wheels, that can cause you to wheelbarrow down the runway, which can make you go a little bit wonky. Can definitely make you go a little bit wonky. This plane honestly has some problems. The center of lift needs to be a lot further back. I'm going to have to fix the action groups again, you know it. But I actually want the center of lift to be right like that. And since I'm going to upload this, that looks a lot better, honestly. That looks a whole lot better. Let's see how it goes after it. Yeah, we're good to go. We're good to go. I can go and take some oxidizer out, just like that. I need to fix the action groups again. That's busted. Jeez. That's lame. There may not be a good way for me to get those fuel lines in here. Yeah, y'all see that? I've got to get the fuel lines back to the engines, or else they won't be working none. And that's just not a straight line. It's hitting itself before it's hitting anything else. Can I get on the very edge? Because, see, I can't put it on those stupid things, unfortunately. Let me see if I can get on the very edge. Nope. I've just got this plane so crammed together, right? Can I do it on the bottom? Nope. I can't do it from the engine. Nope. Shucks. There we go. That'll work. It's a close call, but that'll work. That'll do. That'll do. You've got to run the fuel lines or else it won't get it. Do I have to do the action groups again? I mean, it looks like it's right, right? It looks like it's right. But it's not actually right. See how it's got them all selected? But it's not right, is it? Shut down engine. Gosh. Activate engine. Shutdown engine. Wait, no, activate engine. This custom 2 is activate everything, yeah. And then custom 3, now we need to activate them. Alright, that should be good. That should be good. Save it. Let's go fly it and make sure. Try the structural intakes. Ooh. That'll block the logo, though, a little bit. Try the structural intakes. That's not a bad idea. That would actually look a lot cooler, too, wouldn't it? Let me go look at them right quick. These intakes here, 0.0125. The structural intakes, they're actually less. They weigh less. That's OP. That's too OP, y'all. And I could actually put them on the wings like this, couldn't I? That actually looks a lot cooler, doesn't it? And it's going to be a little bit less mass. That actually looks a lot cooler. And we still have the Dr. Pepper logo there. What are the custom action groups bind to? Guessing the number keys. Ride car, it's 1 through 10 on the top of the keyboard. 1 through 10 on the top of the keyboard. I don't think they actually activate if you do the number pad, but I'll try it. I've never actually tried that. I never have actually tried that. I think I'm good to go here. I think I'm good to go. I've got my fuel lines, I've got my intakes, I've got my solar panels, I've got my DP. I think I'm good to go to space. I've got those things. They're not exactly lined up, but that's okay. I guess I could tuck it in a little bit more, huh? That's too much. Fashion. Welcome to Kerbal Fashion Academy. Building space planes. That's fine. Save it. Let's launch it. Let's make sure everything's good to go. Then what we're going to do, we're going to raid KSP TV. Then I'm going to upload this plane. If you want, stick around in my stream after we do the raid. I will upload this plane. I'll upload the one with the regular fuel tank as well. And you can practice flying this very, very basic, simple intro to space planes plane into orbit. So let's see what we've got. T. I don't need RCS. Throttle up, panel lock, SAS engage. 3, 2, 1, press 1. Yep, that turned them both on. Good. How often do I stream? Gaming Creeper, dude. 283. What's going on, Gaming Creeper? Welcome. Ooh, Pondafar. Check my balance one more time. We're not actually taking off this time. Whoa! Oh my goodness gracious. Did anybody just see what happened? I apparently hit the ramp that was the rubble at the end of the runway. Oh my gosh. I hit the rubble and it acted as a ramp and it tossed me up into the air. Let me check the balance. Good call, good call. We're still good. We're still good on the balance. That was hilarious. Yes, 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 yes. Where is the center of mass? Another thing that we need to do, we actually need, like just was said in my channel, we need to actually move these up a little bit. You want them to be closer to the center of mass. You don't want them to be so far back so that you can actually pivot. I think I had them too far back. Maybe a little bit more will be okay. It would be awesome. Couldn't they actually clip through the structural intakes? That would be a thing, wouldn't they? That should be good. That should give us more angle of attack, and it should give us more pitch up ability. I think that should be good. Let's save it and launch it. Did I miss anything else? Did I miss anything else? Gear too far off. Yeah, Pondafar. Yep, that's what we just fixed. Talk about a kicker. DOS, friendly reminder, upload... Oh, the interplanetary attach. Whoa! Maybe the gear weren't too far back. I think the gear need to go a little bit further back than that. Just a little bit. Just a little bit further back than that. I'm tuning the plane now. The plane just wanted to tilt up on its own. It wanted to tilt up. That was a good point. Who was that? That was a good point. Where was it? Oh my gosh. That was another donation. Who was that? Dude, Ren Phoenix, 941. 941. What does that mean? 941. Your next. I hope wherever you are, Ren Phoenix, that a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper doesn't cost $9.41, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. Ren Phoenix, man, I appreciate you. I do appreciate you. $9.41. Tell me what that means. Please tell me. Please tell me that where you are, Dr. Pepper does not cost $9.41 for a 12-pack, because that's nuts. That is absolutely nuts for a 12-pack. Tell me, please, that that's not the case, man. I'm going to start sending you Dr. Pepper if that's how much it costs. But Ren Phoenix, I totally appreciate you. Taxaws and Furious Fucuda as well. Let's see if we can do this one. Dude, DJ Nuker, you don't understand any of this. Have you played the demo of KSP? Have you? Have you played the demo? There is a free demo. Look, this was me. Oh, it rounded off your account to a round number. I gotcha. Nice. That was me trying to nose down the craft. Phoenix 101 rocks, man. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. Gaming Creeper as well. I think I gave you a shout out sooner. You could ship me a case of Dr. Pepper. Look, the people don't have... Look, these are my mods, and the mods don't get swords right now. What is going on? Gav doesn't have one either. What is going on? I don't know what the deal with that is. Let's see if I've done this appropriately. Press 1, panel lock, throttle up, blah, 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 blah. Structural intakes activate. Dr. Pepper sponsored. Not. Now am I going to take off automatically? Yeah, oh yeah. I'm trying to. It looks like I am going to need to pull up. It's trying to, but a little bit of pull up should do it. Look at that rubble, though. Barely missed the rubble. Just barely missed the rubble. Wow. There we go. You can see them. Having my fun. What's up? They have swords on them. On my end, I don't see them. You can actually see in my chat, Gav doesn't have swords right there, but then he has swords right there. I don't know what the deal with that is. I have no clue what the deal with that is. Let me just check all the modes on this. Looks like it's good to go. I think this is ready for upload. I think this is ready for upload. And then we can build the same craft with the regular fuel tank. So let us do that. Let us do that. Near Miss Academy episode 2, right? I was like just above it. You are going to have to pull these up just to pull it up just a little bit. You have to give it just a little bit tiny S. It's quantum physics. You became aware of the swords in general, so I started noticing them. What? Rocket Rave. Look how well it turns. Wow, I love how well it turns. It really turns well. I'm not worried about this one going into orbit. I'm pretty confident that this one will go into orbit. It is an insanely simple space plane, y'all. Not sponsored by Dr. Pepper. There was another donation. Guys, who was that? Canine Officer. Surprise! Been lurking and learning. Have some more delicious Dr. Pepper. Dude, Canine. You guys are so freaking... You're always there with the support. You're always there with the support, and I do appreciate y'all. I absolutely appreciate it. I appreciate the follows. I appreciate the donations. I appreciate people sticking through problems like chat not working and all that sort of stuff. I appreciate all that stuff because you guys are totally awesome. Thank you so much, K9. High of the evening. $20, dude. You have to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me, man. Gosh, I'm actually just going straight up at a 45-degree angle the entire way. The entire way here. But, K9 Officer, thanks, man. You've been kind of quiet. I've been worried about you. I've been worried about where you are. I know you got to work and that sort of stuff, but I appreciate you, man. I really do. That looks good. We've already got a 75 apoaps. We could totally circularize it. This space plane would go into space plane. Now we wait until one guy. I know. I just went up at a 45-degree angle. I know I didn't do the exact profile there. I was just seeing if all the action groups were good to go and stuff. Dude, Silent H. Valoras? Wait, what? Silent Valoras. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. Let's do this. This is what I want to do. Dude, K9, thanks again. K9, Ren Phoenix, Taxaws, Fierce Fucuda. Thanks, guys. All the donators. You guys are awesome. I was gonna cry. Restart the donation train. I can't restart it. Calvin Kuhlman, I can't restart it. I think we're good to go there. My alias is from a Shadowrun character in 1993. Shadowrun was an awesome game. This space plane will go into space plane. Did I just say that? What? Das, can you design a space plane testbed for carrying contract test parts at the right speed and altitude? Sure, Kithakor, we could do that. We could totally do that. Is that what I said, by the way? We could do that. You're my first ever KSP live stream. Sci-Fi Fuzzy, dude. And you're awesome. Sci-Fi's Fuzzy, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Gaming Creeper. Take it easy. I'm off this weekend. I've actually got a trip. But I will see you on Monday. I am off this weekend. I've got something planned. But I will be back on Monday doing Kerbal Space Academy. We're going to be doing rovers and bases next week. Probably focusing a lot on rovers and bases because we were doing space planes and space stations this week. Next week we'll do rovers and bases as the main focus. But come on back. Come on back. Please give a shout out to Taylor Danley. His birthday was the 20th. Well, my birthday was the 20th and nobody gave me a shout out. What's up, Erasmus guy? Taylor Danley, happy birthday. Dawson the Dostronaut, how goes it? Guys, let me get back. Let me go to the space plane hangar. Let me save this. Save it. Here's the plan. Everybody listen up. Attention over this way. Kindergartners. I was yelling at kindergartners all day. That's why my voice is barely working, because I was launching rockets with kindergartners today, right? Oh my gosh, and you want to talk about a lot of excitement and not a lot of control. Kindergartners launching Estes rockets. The 20th on September, a month ago, was my birthday. Anyways, here's what I want to do. I'm going to go raid KSP TV. What I want you to do is go over to the KSP TV channel. You can stay here too because I'm going to upload these planes. And I'll play around a little bit. I'm going to upload these planes. I'll give you the link so you can download them if you want to play around with them. I'm going to do the Dr. Pepper one and the regular tank one. So you can have a full stock version. Or you can have... Come on. Autofocus. Come on, autofocus on DOS. That's not right. That's definitely not right. The camera's like not focusing on me tonight. There we go. Alright, close enough. So what we're going to do, we're going to go raid KSP TV. I want you to go to the KSP TV channel. I want you to do a DOS raid. I'll type it in chat. If you want, you can stay over here as well. Right-click, open it in a new window, whatever. I'm going to upload these planes. I'll post the links up so you can download the planes. I'll play around with them a little bit more. But I do want to support my buddy DK, who's over there streaming on KSP TV right now. So let's do a DOS raid over to KSP TV. Let me get the link. There it is. Playing Kerbal Space Program. I could just type it out, I guess, huh? But... Oh my gosh. Guys, we have to go support DK. I wanna see like a huge, massive, yeah, there you go. This is the link. Go over to DK, go to KSP TV, open link in a new tab. Yep, there we go. Open that link in a new tab. Stay here if you want to download these planes because I'll be posting links to them in just a second. It's Tyler. Well, you pronounce it differently. Tyler, what's going on? Go over there, say this, DOS raid, like that. Yeah, dude, Spartan's got my back. Dude, DOS raid just like that when you get over. There he is. DOS raid.
Raid incoming. Oh boy. Speaking of DOS. Yeah, here he is.
Guys, DK is awesome.
All right.
DK is absolutely... I've got to mute him, though. He's got some absolutely awesome short videos that teach you how to get into orbit and get to the moon. I need to grab a link of him. Let me...
Like all of the big HX, whatever they're called.
Yeah, there we go. What I need to do is get you a link to DK's video, because DK's video is absolutely awesome. I'm like the long haul, sort of, I stream for a couple hours and I talk about stuff. DK is absolutely awesome with his short videos. They're so well done. They teach you how to get in orbit. They teach you how to get in the moon. They're under 10 minutes. I think they're actually under 6 minutes each. So if you're interested in that, you can look at all those DOS Raiders. Guys, you guys are awesome. Thank you for that. Look at that. Let me call out the names. Everybody that did it, dude. Weavy, Gav, No.io, Kujuman, Pondafar, Kithakor, Kujuman again, Pondafar, Kithakor. Wow, it loaded twice apparently. Calvin Kuhlman, Ridecar, Very Bad, Unseeing Whale, Bad Ace, Zool, Cherrynator, Nerdistry, the nerdiest TY, actually, Slayer McGee, Faceball, me, Cybertech, Raider Goo, who else? T-Game, Thader, Scraggles, Erasmus, Rolo, Cheese Whirl, Spartan, Pokatu, Poklatu, actually, Real Flyboy. A bunch of names I don't recognize. Guys, welcome to the channel, by the way. New Bejoka, Farva, SCW, Maximum Game, K9 Officer, Snuggly Squid, Simiclept, Web, The Hark. What's up, The Hark? Fugu 2000. Welcome to the channel, guys. A lot of names I don't recognize. Ren Phoenix, CA Trousers, Darth Berlan, Algie, 47 with a couple O's on either side. Evil